Hi, it's Tash from Foxes and Brown Bears Tarot, and I'm back after a week or two of not really posting any videos. So, today I'm doing a VR to Simon at Hermit's Cave called Forgotten Decks, and this was perfectly timed because I have just moved, and I just moved to regional New South Wales from Sydney. And so massive change. I've done that for work and I'm absolutely loving it so far. But the great thing about moving, despite the stress, despite the really hard work, despite the constant bruises that seem to appear all over my arms just from packing boxes, who knows how, the advantage of moving is you find things you forgot you had. And so when I saw Simon's Forgotten Decks video, I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to do one of those because I have found decks I didn't even know I had. So, I don't have a lot. There's 4 I'm going to show you. And I literally, pretty much, 3 of them I did not know I had at all. The other one I was aware of, but I'd kind of put aside and briefly forgot about. So, weirdly enough, 3 of them are animal decks, and I'm obsessed with animals. So how this happened, I do not know. But I guess when we look at them, we might understand. Okay, so the first one that I'd completely forgotten about was the Chakra Inside Oracle. So this is by Karen Sangster, published by Blue Angel Publishing, and it's your standard Blue Angel kind of box. And I used to use these all the time. I used to do Reiki, and I used to pull a card to support a Reiki session. So I'd be looking at what chakra there'd be a message for. And so it's a pretty cool little deck, and I'd completely forgotten about it because I'd left it at my mum's place and just never thought about it again. And when I was moving, she kind of went through her place and found a couple things that were mine to make sure that I could bring them with me. And it's a cute deck. So lovely yellow backs. They are very glossy, and they kind of the sticky gloss, which isn't great. But because I don't use them as full readings or anything, I literally just pull a card. It's okay, I guess, and I will use these again. So they're all color-coded they're super glossy, aren't they? They're all color-coded according to the chakras, and then they will have an image depicting a particular aspect of that chakra. So in this case, honesty, and then you'll have truth, transparency, sincerity, communication. So that would be the throat chakra. You've got, here's another one, pleasure. You've got a nice little heart chakra. And you've got the root chakra. And it's kind of cool, possessions. There's some of the others. I think I showed some of the sacral chakra. And you have the crown chakra. Oh, I love this card. This is one of my favorites. I just really like it. And the solar plexus as well. So, I like this one, gut instincts. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, so pretty. Oh, and here's my favorite throat chakra card. So beautiful. And so they have heaps of those. What they also have though is they have a card that just features the chakra in itself. So just solar plexus chakra. And so what I used to do is pull these out, and I would pull one of those as an indication of the primary chakra that might need work. And obviously that'd be on top of my own perceptions at the time. And then I'd potentially pull another card as well related to that chakra to see what sorts of things could help. So yes, I'm very glad I found this one again. It's super cool, really like it. And yeah, I don't know how I'm going to use it at the moment. I'm not really doing Reiki at the moment except for myself, but I suppose I could use it that way. And maybe even just a draw of the day, like what chakra should I need to pay attention to, or of the week. could be a good weekly deck. Okay, my 3 animal decks. Okay, so the first one that I'd actually hadn't completely forgotten about, but had kind of put on the back of a bookcase. I'm not sure why. And this is Animal Voices by Chip Richards. And this is beautiful because it actually does look at protecting endangered animals and that. And I'll never get rid of it for that because I think it is pretty cool. It's a Blue Angel deck. Once again, the same kind of sticky gloss. These are much, much smaller cards. They're beautiful backs. And they are quite small. So I've just got the European, the medieval Europe tarot. And that is a slightly larger than normal, but just to give you an indication, because it's the only deck I have at hand, like it is considerably smaller, which is kind of weird for an oracle deck. But I haven't used this a lot. And I don't know if it's because of the glossiness. And I'm not a fan of the borders. But I've kind of measured it out, and I can't actually cut off the borders because it will cut off some of the lettering at the bottom on some of the cards, and you'd still be able to read it, but the perfectionist in me just can't handle it, and so the borders will have to stay, I think. I was hoping to just take the top and sides off, but it's not going to happen because most cards would be fine, but there's the odd card where it just wouldn't be. And they're also very, very round edges. And I don't know if I'd like the shape of the card if I did trim them. And it would make trimming the actual writing section quite difficult. So that's kind of why I haven't used it much. It's also got these cool little element cards. I suppose I could use it as an element type deck. And they're really pretty pictures. I really like them. The book's really cute too. And I guess the problem is I have so many animal decks that this is probably not the top animal deck I'd go to, but look at it, it's so cute. I love this one so much. It's my favorite card, I think. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at the orangutan. And you've got tree frog. Oh, and a beautiful masked owl. Look at that. And it does have some Australian animals, like the koala. And what else? What are some of the... It's got even unusual cards, like the shark. And so it is a very cute deck. Oh, the snow leopard, look at the snow leopard. So yeah, maybe I need to bring this back in circulation because it is very, very cute and really beautiful. Okay, now the other 2 decks I had completely forgotten I owned, and I'm meaning years here. They literally sat on the back of a shelf that I never went to. It was basically just textbooks in front that, yeah, I hadn't really looked at because they're old textbooks. And when I was packing, I was like, oh my God, I have these decks. So the first one I don't even remember buying, which is quite sad. Says a lot about how many decks I may or may not have. And this is the Transference Healing Animal Magic. So, a beautiful, beautiful box. Although having said that, it doesn't close particularly well. It's a bit too overfull. But this is by Alexis Cartwright, and it's got Earth, Mythical, and Element Animal Magic. So, having a look at it, it's got one chunky little book. Well, chunky little is a bit of a contradiction, but it's got heaps. So, for example, here for salmon, you got the 1, 2 and a bit pages of description, and gives you quite a lot of great information about the animals. And I'm so happy to find this because I will totally use this. It even has a really cool glossary of symbols at the back, which I really like. And yeah, just amazing, amazing, amazing. And let's get to the cards. Now, once again, these are quite glossy, sticky cards. And I don't love the backs because they do have all that wording on them. If it didn't have the wording, it would actually be a beautiful back. But, oh well, that's okay. I do like the cards. They are quite thin. They kind of remind me of the medicine cards by Jamie Sams in terms of the thickness of the card, but they are a little bit wider and super glossy. Okay, so you've got all these animals. So you've got standard animals like the bear and the hare. I'll do some rhyming. The bear and the hare. The gorgeous little owl. And then you have the echidna. I love this one, so beautiful. Dove is gorgeous. Great coloring. These are beautiful cards. I absolutely love them. They are really, really gorgeous. I don't think they photograph very well, but they have a great variety of animals. And if you're not using them to just photograph, I think they're pretty cool because they are super glossy after all. Ooh, there we go. There's a fox. And so, yeah, so you got heaps of those. And then you have, if I can find them somewhere in here, I have strange animals. Okay, so then you got all these sort of elemental and mythical animals. So you got, for example, the phoenix, and you have the celandine, and you have specific mythical creatures like Pegasus, and you have a griffin and a sphinx. Of course, the dragon. You have, this one's really cool, I like it, the gargoyle. You have the centaur. You have a crystal fairy, got a unicorn. So there's heaps more, but they are really pretty, and I'd completely forgotten I had those, and I think these will have to come into my animal deck circulation. So if anyone doesn't know, what I do with my animal decks is I will have one each week, and I'll always pull an animal card per day, and they'll give me the energy that I need to embody that week. Okay, so I've shown you like 3 decks in a very long time. Okay, now the last one is the Bohemian Animal Tarot. So this is by Scott Alexander King, illustrated by Sharon McLeod. It is a rock pool kind of magnetic type box, so very similar to the Llewellyn boxes at the moment. And I do remember buying this. I bought this at a Mind Body Spirit Festival years back, and I've never used it because when I got it, I realized that I'm not a great fan of anthropomorphic animals. And this is probably the only deck I have with anthropomorphic animals. And I actually thought I'd got rid of it because of that. But part of me was kind of remembered it occasionally, and I thought, oh, it's so sad I got rid of it because I might have liked it, and I probably gave it away without much thought. And I kept looking online and looking at some of the images, going, no, it's okay, I got rid of it. I don't like that kind of animal. But there was always a bit of a twinge. And so I was actually really happy when I realized I'd actually had a false memory of getting rid of it. And so super happy, even though it's not my favorite. I still don't like anthropomorphic animals, but the artwork's really cute. So super chunky book. And I do really like the artwork. Now this deck is terrible in terms of cardstock. It is, as you can see, like it clumps. Like it's that sort of, it's got the gold gilding that sticks the cards together. It's the gloss that sticks. And maybe there's a new edition and that one's better, but mine is definitely not great. But I do love the artwork. It's really whimsical. And the backs are beautiful. As I said, it's not my favorite. I prefer animals doing animal things, not wearing clothes and whatnot. But it is pretty. And it's very, very Rider-Waite-Smith. So it's pretty much just an anthropomorphic animal version of the RWS, which is kind of cool. And I mean, it's kind of weird too. Like, why does the fox have clothes but the squirrel doesn't? I'm not sure, but it is cute. And I probably won't ever get rid of it just because of the twinge of regret I had when I had the false memory of getting rid of this deck. And it is kind of cute, and I think maybe I can do a few circulations every now and then of this one. The Hierophant's called the Shaman. And so you can see it's still in order. I've never used it. But I'm going to give it a go, you know. I'm definitely going to give it a go. They have renamed a lot of the majors. As you can see. That's kind of cute, isn't it? I do like the Hermit, which is called the Solitary. And the Wheel of Fate's pretty cute. And so Justice is about consequences. So that's cool. So yeah, I might have to do a walkthrough of this because it is quite a cute deck. And sometimes I find when I do walkthroughs and actually look at the art really carefully, I tend to appreciate it even more. So anyway, they are my 4 forgotten decks. Thank you for watching. I know I've rambled a bit, but I've kind of missed talking to you guys. I haven't done it for a while. And the last few videos I've done were super short, little tarot videos through January. And so thank you, and I shall be back soon with more videos. And thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like my channel, please please subscribe. Write comments. I love reading them. I try and respond to all of them. Thank you. Have a great day.